Like
Monty's over here pleasuring himself. we're trying to do a review, Monty. All right?
Yeah, look, man, we're not into that kind of shit on this channel. That's our second channel. No.
Link below.
Welcome to Film Nutz, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, everybody?
Jake,
I'm Jimmy.
and this is Monty.
Say hello, Monty. Say hello.
We just went and saw Kingsman: The Golden Circle, the sequel, the second iteration in the whole series. I don't know if they're gonna make more. I assume they will.
I would imagine so.
Money gold mine.
Jake has seen the first one.
I have seen the first
I
one.
have not. So we can get. So we're in a good situation to kind of come at it from both circumstances, whether or not you've seen the first one or not. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yes.
But either way, we both really enjoyed the movie. Let's get into the plot. Let's
Yeah,
go right
let's
into
get
the plot.
Let's get the plot.
All right.
All right. So we wanted to see what the plot summary would have been from IMDb. So what they have written down is when their headquarters are destroyed and the world is held hostage, the Kingsman journey leads them to discover an allied spy organization in the U.S. These two elite secret organizations must band together to defeat a common enemy. I think it's pretty good.
That sums
That's
it up.
pretty good.
But they don't mention anything about Elton John,
No.
which is a damn shame. Because Elton John was the star of this movie, guys. He was the star.
I never thought we'd ever say that, but he was. He was. Honestly, he was so good in this movie.
This movie was so good, guys.
Yeah.
So can we further the plot?
Let's just say there's drugs,
That's right. That's right.
there's booze,
And
of
there's
booze.
Jeff Bridges.
there's the Big Lebowski, there's, tons of stuff.
So basically, the Kingsmen are, I think they showed in the trailer, so the Kingsmen are being attacked by this unidentified source, which you see in the trailer. It's Julianne Moore. And so she is the antagonist in this movie. And so basically, it's the main character, which is Taron Egerton. He basically, with a few other people, have to go against Julianne Moore. That kind of sums it up very, very, very lightly.
Yeah. Which leads us into getting into the cast and crew. It's Taron, like he mentioned, Taron Egerton. He is actually not been in a whole lot of other big things besides the first Kingsman movie, which he did voice a character for that animated movie Sing.
Oh, cool.
So
Okay.
he did do one of those.
I did not see Sing either.
Colin Firth, which is he was in the King's Speech.
Such a good actor.
Yeah,
Such a
he's in
good
King's
actor.
Speech. Mark Strong, who is Lord Blackwood in Sherlock Holmes.
Okay.
In the first
Oh,
Sherlock
I thought I
Holmes?
recognized him.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
I mean, I definitely liked him more in this movie because he's not
he's
evil.
good.
but-
Oh no, but either way,
Yeah.
awesome actor.
And then some sweet cameos is you got Julianne Moore, you got Elton John, you got Jeff Bridges, you got Halle Berry, you got Channing Tatum.
Oh.
I mean, the cast is hilarious.
The cast is awesome. You can't ask. I mean, they had some really strong actors and actresses.
It was awesome. The cast was great.
So yeah, let's jump into the initial reactions. Even though we've been kind of talking about it, you go first,
I mean,
Jake.
yeah,
Your
it was
initial
awesome.
reaction.
Honestly, I loved the movie. They had great references to the first movie, which is always good with a sequel. You know, sequels, I think there are some good sequels out there that can stand on their own, but this one definitely benefited you seeing the first one. So I liked it. I definitely liked it a lot. What did you think?
I really liked it, guys. I didn't see the first one, and I was still okay. It was still a really good movie.
Yes.
It was entertaining. It was funny. I mean, I was surprised by how many funny moments there were.
Yeah.
The action scenes were awesome.
They were very good.
I'm so impressed. Just with my background, with just going to school for film, how they filmed some of those scenes, those camera shots were just amazing. Those fight scenes, like, I know I didn't see the first one, but the church scene from the first one, I have looked that up before because I've been told to look that up, and that was crazy.
Yes.
I couldn't imagine filming that scene.
Yep.
But there's some more crazy scenes just like that one in this one, it's everything you want to see in an action movie, and kind of comparing it to our last review, The American Assassin.
Yeah.
Just a world of difference,
Oh,
I would
yeah.
say, when you're just comparing them just to the bare bones an action movie. Oh, what I mean, this one just surpasses that on so many levels.
This one I
So
think
many
had
levels.
so much more of detail into the cinematography and the sound design and the editing and everything involved in each fight scene too.
Oh yeah.
A lot of it was there's a lot tighter shots, a lot of close. There was a lot of what almost looked like I don't know how to explain it, like gimbal use. What is that?
Like so that would
pan
be like
shots.
steady cam,
Steady
like
cam
steady
stuff.
cam kind of. Yeah,
There was,
absolutely, absolutely.
Which I mean, you can tell at some points that there is some CGI involved, but I mean, they really.
And you know what? As ridiculous as the scenes get, you know, because of course there's gonna be some ridiculous scenes, but you're willing to suspend your disbelief just because you know what kind of movie you're getting into, one of those crazy 007 action movies.
Yeah, it's just like one of those. It's funny. It's a comedy.
Oh yeah.
So it's like you're on the edge of your seat laughing so hard. I mean, you said it earlier with Elton John. I mean, the cameo from Elton John is priceless.
If you guys haven't seen it, you guys gonna love the cameos.
I mean, yeah,
me and Jake, we've been talking about it for the last half an hour. They were so much fun.
It's Elton John. I mean, it's why is Elton John in this movie? There's no need for Elton John, but he just makes it so. But he creates the need for more Elton John.
If Elton John is not in the next movie, I'm gonna be thoroughly upset.
They have to they have to raise the bar. I mean, if it's not Elton John, it's got to be someone just even crazier, like
definitely
the Pope. The Pope. I don't know. So. Honestly, what it comes down to is the characters, the acting. I think the dialogue. The dialogue was good too. I mean, there was so much that there was not a moment where you're like, I don't get what's happening. Like,
no, you were on board from the beginning.
Well, that's from my personal point of view, though. You didn't see the first one. So,
no, yeah.
I mean, that's. I don't know, were you in the dark on some things? I mean...
I felt like there were some situations, some circumstances where I felt like there was an inside joke, but they were few and far between though. There wasn't a terrible amount, and like I was saying before, I understood the film. I feel just fine. You know, definitely new antagonist. I know Samuel Jackson was the last one. Yep. New antagonist, and Julianne Moore does such a good job. Yeah. I mean, right from the get-go, you know that she means business.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely right when you meet her. There's definitely a little bit of a disturbing scene in there, which we'll touch upon in a little bit. But it's good though. It makes you really. I mean, she's a crazy character.
Oh,
I mean, you don't mess with Julianne Moore in this movie. Yeah. She's whacked out. She's whacked out. Yeah. But it's a fun character, and she has a fun little place where she's located. Yeah. Where kind of like her villainous headquarters.
Yeah.
A really fun.
It's an interesting take on a villain's headquarters.
Kind of place. Yeah. It was really weird. Really
very
weird.
Interesting. So leading with on that note.
Yeah.
Honestly, would recommend to go see the movie.
Yeah.
Get that out of the way right now. Go see it, even if you haven't seen the first one. I highly recommend seeing the first one though, because you will get some certain jokes and you will get a lot of backstory for certain people in certain characters, which he did not get. But again, it's fine because eventually you get it.
Either way, go see it, guys.
Yeah.
Go see it. Do you want to go straight into
spoilers?
Well, let's rate it first. What's your rating? Put a number on it.
Oh man!
If you had between out of 10, what would you give it?
9. 9.
You're 9 in it?
Man! I'll 9 it.
Nice. Solid. And for me, guys, I definitely wouldn't give it any less than an 8, but I'm gonna go 8.5 on this one, guys. I enjoyed
8.5.
Yeah, I enjoyed the whole movie. It was a really good movie.
Yeah.
What are you doing here, Monty?
Yeah,
what are you doing here, brother?
What's your rating?
Monty, what are you gonna give it?
10 bones. You throwing out 10 bones? Oh, 10 bones. That's a big one, especially since you didn't even see the movie. But 10 bones for Monty. All right. Straight into spoilers. I mean. Let's get into this movie.
Let's do it.
I mean, Elton John.
Elton John was so good, guys.
Oh,
he was so good.
Was so good.
Get out of my fucking room! There was just no reason for him to be there, but it was just so great though.
He created the need.
It was just so great.
Oh.
I really wonder just how he got involved with the movie. But he was
gotta
a
be-
shining star in this movie.
There's got to be a good story.
There's got to be a good story behind that.
I think that there's Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges is weird.
You know what?
He's sniffing stuff all the time.
He was a sniffer in this movie, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was. At first he had the cigar, but then he started sniffing his fingers.
He started
And,
sniffing. He's putting his finger in like
just-
a different alcohol, just sniffing it.
just-
And then by the end, he's just like
he was all about the
being
smells. He was
weird,
all
yeah.
about the smells.
Um,
But so I want to talk about the first part that really like stuck out to me, guys.
I know.
Where I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit. It was definitely the meat grinder in the beginning.
Yeah.
It was that really, you know, it set up. You know, I feel like it was definitely a Quentin Tarantino-esque kind of villainous introduction. And but I didn't expect for her to turn him into a burger and
make that other
the
dude
guy.
eat it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
That was weird.
it was quite a traumatic, definitely a traumatic event,
Yeah.
but definitely a great introduction, Julianne Moore. And she does such a good job though as being just a weird, far out there, just really, I guess, your evil antagonist. It was a cool way how they portrayed like they didn't do a stereotypical. I feel like they could have did kind of like a Russian antagonist, a guy deep voice, but they went with a woman and she killed it, and
Oh, yeah.
Julianne Moore killed it.
Julianne Moore did
And-
kill it.
But all the actors did such a good job in this movie. And I was telling Jake with the lead, Taron Egerton. Hope I'm saying that right. But he was a great lead in this movie. He was no doubt the girls I'm sure love him. Good looking guy. But he's a great actor, and I definitely cared for his character. Seemed very sincere. And just overall, a really, really good actor. Is everything good with Monty, Jake? Let's go to the Monty cam right now.
I think that definitely when it comes to like this movie, like, pros and cons for sure, it was the action scenes and the humor. The humor was just, I mean, it was just so
It was
funny.
good.
So
it
funny.
was good.
It was, yeah. The action scenes, which we touched on earlier, the way they filmed them, the way they really engaged you, that was great.
I would just love to see how they shot those action scenes. They were incredible because you know that they just, with the editing, they made it flow together so well. Because I was just wondering, I was trying to find the points where I know like they stopped the camera and they continued on with the scene and whatnot, but they did such a good job with just having everything flow, especially like there's that action scene in the beginning with the car, and it's definitely a good definitely catalyst really into the movie, just a really good kind of punch in the face
it really
for your
comes
good
in hard.
first good fight scene, and they did such a good job with it, and it lasted a while and some crazy stuff. But I gotta admit, like the whole feel of this movie, it definitely there's the 007 nostalgia.
Oh,
I like the whole idea of just, which I'm sure you saw just from the first movie, just the gentleman kind of wearing suits, kind of old-fashioned spy. That was really cool. Them bringing it back, and they do it in a very modern way, and it's not very corny or anything, and it was just excellent. It was really good.
It
really
was.
good. And the accents are always so cool. I love the British accents. I think they just add something to it.
It is one of those movies that you're just like, you could watch it a bunch of times.
Oh yeah, I could go back right after we filmed this. I can go back and see it. I'm sure there'd be some stuff I missed. But it was fun. And you know what? And I'm a big music guy. There's got to be good music to have a good film. And I enjoyed the music. It was definitely, I definitely noticed it.
Mellowed.
It enhanced. It not only enhanced the movie, but it did a great job accompanying the movie.
Capturing you. The sound captured you.
I guess that'd be a good way to put it. But we can also put it as, it was just damn good music, guys. It was fun. It was fun music, and it was a good story. I thought, did you think there was anything else they could do with the story?
Here's the thing. I'll get into my con. My one con that I really can
Go into it, sure.
can say for sure that I thought was just I didn't like. The scene, or the whole thing with where him and the princess like kind of quasi break up. Like
Monty's over here pleasuring himself, and we're trying to do a review, Monty. All right?
Yeah, look, man, we're not into that kind of shit on this channel. That's our second channel. No.
Link below. Link in the description. We're not proud of it.
It pays the bills. It went from like all of a sudden he goes and he's like, oh sweetheart, like I need to hook up with this girl to save the world.
That's right.
She gets mad at him, and then he doesn't end up doing it, and then he calls her and texts her a bunch of times, but like she's still mad at him. Like he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like did he not leave you a message like, oh I didn't end up doing that, like we're all good?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't.
When we were talking about this before, it seemed like they were just trying to. They needed some drama, and they're like, all right, let's try to make this something. And that was the one thing that it just seemed a little over the top.
He didn't even execute on that drama. He didn't like race in and save her at the last minute. You know, her parents gave her the antidote.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they got married at the end.
The drug thing got her, so.
Yeah, that's. Oh, it just seemed kind of like.
But for a movie, just to have, you know, pretty much one con, because that's pretty much same here for me too.
Yeah.
It's pretty much just really the one con. I'll say, you know, for a con CGI in the beginning, that was,
Was that his ass?
I think you farted.
Did you fart?
All right, Monty. All right, brother.
All right, buddy. That's enough. Checking to make sure that there's nothing on you?
Oh, God. Jesus, Monty. Did you
Sweet
eat some
Jesus.
potato salad or something, Monty? What is he on a diet of potato salad and mayonnaise? Or?
Potato salad and beans.
Oh. Sweet Jesus. Anyways, guys. So going and kind of hitting my cons real fast. I noticed CGI in the beginning of the first little fight scene. The first fight scene, the CGI was a little bit. It was a little bit touchy, But the rest of the movie, everything looked good though.
Yeah.
But that was
I definitely
that
agree.
would be my only really noteworthy thing, I guess, to say for a con would be the CGI. And from my perspective, try to see the first movie first.
Yeah.
But you know what? I saw this one, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. So it's not the end of the world. But,
Yeah. And I like to hit on some stuff.
Yeah.
That you for sure. I know that you liked the gadgets.
Yes. Oh, cool gadgets.
I mean, this movie. I don't even want to say like Inspector Gadget level.
What's your favorite
that shit was
gadget?
awesome.
What's your favorite gadget?
Oh man, my favorite one probably comes down to either the umbrella, which obviously was in the first one.
No, that umbrella is sick though. That
Yeah.
is cool. That was my first time seeing that umbrella in action. That was pretty cool. Took Mary Poppins to a whole nother level.
And I liked the suitcase. Flipped out into like a riot shield.
That was cool. Well, first off, the suitcase was a machine gun.
Yeah.
And then he flipped it into a
Machine
riot
gun.
shield.
There was a rocket too.
Yes.
Was it rocket?
Oh man, that was
sweet.
That was pretty
sweet.
legit. That was pretty legit.
I love
That was awesome. Well, you know what? I feel like we should also comment on definitely one of the scenes where we I know I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but they took cameras where no camera has gone before.
Cam.
They had the vagina cam. If we can coin that phrase, I'm not sure that might already be out there.
Vagina
But
cam.
I was wondering because they were showing the camera going down. Well, first they were talking about the whole mucous membrane, and then you know exactly what they were talking about, and I'm like, how are they going to show this?
Yeah.
But I thought it was quite clever how they did that.
They literally get it down to right outside the panties, and then inside the vagina. And the one part that they would have gotten in trouble for, they just left it out.
And so why did you have to plant that in there again? You had to plant.
Dude, that was like the listening. It was the listening device / location beacon.
Was it?
Yeah. No, that's a gadget.
Yeah, that's a gadget for you.
You wonder like how much business had she had in there, where she didn't notice that thing was in there. I mean, granted, I'm sure it was
tiny.
super small.
It was pretty small.
But just like you know. Alright, it's time for our final review.
Yes, final review time. Okay, you hit your pros, Jake. Hit your pros, man.
Oh man, action scenes, humor, Elton John, cameos in general, Elton John.
Jake! Get out of my room! You know, I think they just did such a good job just playing him out as he was just, you know, you're in a movie, but then Elton John kind of brings you just back to reality, where he's just like, why the hell am I here? You know?
Oh, one thing left. A part of our final review. Did you think that the American president? Did you think that they were taking a knock at Donald Trump?
That was interesting. They certainly, I thought he took a very aggressive stance on the whole drug thing right away.
Yeah.
But you know what? I would say maybe so. Maybe so. It definitely seemed like they
think-
were trying to take some sort of stance on perhaps that.
I think that they were either, I don't know if it was a knock specifically at Donald Trump or if it was just like that kind of Republican Reagan era,
perhaps.
like war on drugs
Yeah,
thing.
perhaps.
But yeah, I thought that was funny. I mean, that was just ridiculous. I mean,
let us know what you think below if you think there's some sort of little bit of a government thing going on with that.
Oh yeah. What are your pros?
Pros, so great action scenes, great story,
Yep.
awesome characters, awesome actors.
Agreed.
They kept you engaged.
Yep.
It was unexpectedly funny. I didn't expect it to be so funny. I wasn't sure if the first one was funny, but I really didn't expect it to be so funny.
Elton John.
Guys, Elton John.
I can't get past that.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed they didn't play Rocket Man though. That's one of my favorite Elton John songs.
Yeah.
That would have been a great fight scene
They did
song.
do the Saturday though.
Rocket Man. I don't really know that song. Saturday.
I don't really. I mean, I know it, but like,
Okay.
not like Rocket Man.
I know.
You know, but
I know.
I just everything like
I don't
that
know.
little
really.
50s town. That was
Yeah,
cool too.
yeah.
Like, what a weird take on an evil villain.
It kind of played on her quirkiness.
Yeah.
You know, she was definitely just
Yep.
off. She
Yep.
was trying to, you know, she wanted to be recognized as being so successful as she was saying she's one of the greatest drug
what was it, like
entrepreneurs.
250 billion
Yeah.
profit they made last year or something?
Something like that.
Yeah,
So
that was crazy.
you know what? I just thought of something that I thought was a little weird. I thought it was kind of weird when they were placing everybody in those jail cells things,
Yeah.
and like it was like a big old stadium, but it wasn't like they have everybody with guards. It was like everybody's in a container jail cell. And I feel like, you know, after all said and done, you know, oh, everything's all over, you know, we're all good to go back. I still be like, you know what? My government placed me in a freaking jail cell in a stadium stacked up with a whole bunch of
the
people.
The president did get impeached.
I guess so.
Final review.
We already had a couple.
Yeah.
Go see the movie. It was great, guys.
Go see it. It was very good. Actually, people who are watching right now have already probably seen the movie.
Yes.
So,
You made
what
a
did
good
you
choice.
think?
You made a good choice seeing the movie.
comments down below. Did you enjoy the movie? Did anything we say make sense? Did it not?
Yes.
Do you think that we suck? Let us know.
You know, we're down for just any kind of social interaction. So, you know, if you're down just to drop some hate, I guess do it. I mean, we'd be happy really with any comments at this point.
I prefer the hate to be directed towards Jimmy.
But, alright, well, thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time,
We are the Film Nutz.
keep watching movies, guys. See ya.
Drop your nuts out. We are the Film Nutz.